But first, we begin with the amazing story of the man who discovered the secrets of DNA, Dr. James Watson. Of course, he won the Nobel Prize for his work, but then sold it so he could give the money to charity, including to food banks. Now, though, the medal is back home. TV 1055's Carolyn Gussoff explains.
That was a drawing made of the double helix.
Dr. James Watson's office at Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory is filled with mementos of his world-changing breakthrough. Watson, with Francis Crick, discovered the structure of DNA, a double helix, the building block of life. But the greatest keepsake, his 1962 Nobel Prize medal, isn't here.
I thought, why shouldn't I have the fun of giving away my money when I'm alive? Instead of, in my will.
Instead of keeping the gold medal locked away, Dr. Watson recently sold it at auction to generate millions of dollars he could give away to science research and local causes. But in a twist, the winning billionaire buyer who paid more than $4 million for the Nobel medal is returning it to Watson. Russia's richest man says James Watson's one of the greatest biologists in the history of mankind, and his award for the discovery of DNA structure must belong to him.
My reaction was sort of first, it's too good to be true.
His science community overjoyed to see the prize returned.
Since Dr. Watson and Crick's discovery in science is perhaps the seminal discovery of all time, that it belongs with him.
So now he gets the medal back, and local causes get a windfall, among them Long Island Cares, a food bank.
When I got off the phone with him, I went home, because that had made my day.
At 87, Watson hopes his donations will help him fulfill his next goal, the cure for cancer, within reach, he says, in his lifetime. In Cold Spring Harbor, Long Island, Carolyn Gussoff, TV 1055.
And Dr. Watson recently traveled to Russia to get the medal and bring it back home. It will be held at Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory. And joining us now is one of the recipients of that charitable windfall that arose from this medal merry-go-round. That is Paul Pachter. He is the head of Long Island Cares, the Long Island Food Bank. Welcome to the show. And first off, what do you think of Dr. Watson getting his medal back?
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing for him, because I know how much the medal meant to him. But it also meant a great deal to him to give the money that he received from the auction to Long Island charities.
It's really an incredible story. DNA to Nobel Prize to giving the money away to folks like you. Who would ever connect those dots?
No, certainly we would never have thought that at all.
Well, you got $50,000, I believe?
We received $50,000.
So now what will you do with that money to help your mission?
Well, like all the money raised by Long Island Cares, it goes into helping 316,000 hungry people on Long Island.
That's a lot of people.
Providing them with meals year-round.
And the profile of people, we've seen that it's changed. I've seen studies on this, and it's quite remarkable. Some of the people who walk into food banks now are folks that would be giving you the donations before.
Absolutely, yeah. No, Richard, you hit the nail on the head, because if you look at what's happening in suburbia, the people that are coming to the pantries and the food banks for help, these are people that are still trying to dig their way out of the recession in 2008, 2009. We see a number of veterans coming into the programs. There's 70,000 children on Long Island that need food. So, the problem is becoming more chronic.
Veterans, we all thought there was plenty of programs out there to help them, and then we find veterans showing up. I remember meeting a veteran at a soup bank, which, I was wondering, where are the programs that are supposed to be helping them? You guys are stepping in to fill some of these gaps, aren't you?
Yeah, we've been working with veterans on Long Island since around 2011. We have 3 satellite programs throughout the island, and on every Tuesday, all we do is serve veterans and military families. We're working with vets to try and get them competitive employment. So we're doing what we can and coordinating what we're doing with other organizations.
Well, it's not just incidental to have you here just because of the connection to Dr. Watson's medal, but this, is truly a year-round function now for the food banks. A lot of people think of it as Thanksgiving time with all the turkey drives, but you have a couple of events going on with some concerts right now.
Well, our history at Long Island Cares is steeped in the music industry. And, we were founded by Harry Chapin 35 years ago, and I know on July 27th is the annual Harry Chapin tribute concert.
Where's that going to be held?
Eisenhower Park in East Meadow. And then on August 4th at the Nassau Coliseum, Billy Joel is supporting a food drive that we're doing to coincide with his last concert at the Coliseum.
That's a big deal there.
We're
So the
excited
folks who
about it.
already have tickets, they're going to be doing something, what?
The folks that have tickets to the concert are going to be asked by the Barclay Center to bring a donation of kid-friendly food to support Long Island Care's new children's breakfast food truck.
That is cool. And, you know, we see that the food banks are even helping with the schools now.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we have a mobile school pantry program that we embarked on this past August. Over 1,400 children in the Brentwood School District are being fed on the weekends by Long Island Cares.
Well, nobody would have thought that would have happened with food banks. They were considered a last resort, but Superstorm Sandy really changed the role of food banks. You fulfilled a critical need there when nobody could get around because you had the resources.
Absolutely. You know, Sandy's impact is still being felt, you know, nearly 3 years after. There are still hundreds of families on Long Island that still aren't back in their homes. At the height of the storm, we were there with other organizations providing, you know, small grants, food, emergency assistance, cleaning supplies. In fact, one of our satellite programs that we opened up was opened up in Lindenhurst at the height of the storm, and still, you know, is there in the community. So it's been great, you know, working with them.
Why do you do this?
Why do we do it? Why do I do it?
Yes.
It's the passion for helping people, and it's the opportunity to take a legacy such as Harry Chapin's, which is 35 years now past his passing, and continue it.
Well, you have a legion of volunteers, and folks can always contact Long Island Cares if they want to help out some more. And they've got some events coming up, and folks going to those concerts being urged to bring what they can to help the cause. Paul Pachter, Long Island Cares, thanks for stopping in today and telling us about what you're doing for the folks out there in need. And